Ten,
Nine,
Tech Studio,
7, 6,
Stemmer
5,
Camera 1, Mics 1 and 2,
3, 2, 1.
Tech Studio.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of MCTV News. I'm your host, Sophia Chvojka.
And I'm Elizabeth Nelson. On today's show, Jillian Andrews brings us to the second semester pep rally, Avery Pelletier gives us an inside look at Pink Shirt Day at MCHS, Luke Robinson explores the Advanced Placement Computer Science course, and our very own host, Sophia Chvojka, traveled to the gym to give us an expose on the junior varsity boys basketball team. And lastly, Ella Boissonneault brings us to the cheer mat to explore our very own MCHS cheer team. But first, here's our top story.
MCHS is proud to hold many exciting events that bring school spirit to its students. One of these events is the pep rally. We like to show pride for our school and sports teams by putting on 2 pep rallies each year. This semester, we celebrated our basketball, cheer, and curling teams with glow sticks and lots of energy. To bring us more on this exhilarating event is reporter Jillian Andrews.
With the start of a new semester, MCHS is gearing up to celebrate the rest of the year. And what better way to hype up a group than a school-wide pep rally? This high-energy event celebrates the dedicated athletes of MCHS, as well as our supportive student body. With interactive events and a home basketball game to close out the celebration, MCHS pep rallies are unmatched.
I'm a person that loves big energy, big atmospheres, and I think it's so important to have that and so fun.
I think pep rallies are really important to our school for the school climate and the school culture. It really is awesome to see all the different students involved in the different types of teams.
I like pep rallies because it is a time for the whole school to come together.
The atmosphere in our gym during this time is unbeatable. The cheers from the students demonstrate their support and appreciation for our sports teams.
Coaching perspective, it is amazing to see my girls and how excited, and how nervous kind of they get too, but I really enjoy teaching or coaching these girls, and it's awesome to see them out there.
It's really nice, as a player, to have that support and have everybody cheering.
I do think it's a time to recognize the effort and the commitment that our athletes do on a regular basis.
It's safe to say that MCHS loves a chance to cheer and show our school spirit. Reporting for MCTV News, Jillian Andrews.
With springtime finally here, many of us are excited to get back outside into the beautiful warm weather. Our in-studio meteorologist Luke Robinson is here to give us all the news about the weather to come.
Thanks, Liz. Let's take a look at Canada's temperatures for today. Up in Whitehorse, it'll be a light flurries with a +1. Yellowknife will be a -5 with some clouds. Vancouver will be a little bit of clouds with a +10. Regina will have light flurries with a +4. Winnipeg with a +3 and quite a bit of clouds. Iqaluit up will have -16 and a little bit of clouds. Down in St. John's, we'll have quite a bit of clouds with a +4. Halifax will have a 5 with a lot of rain. And Montreal will have a +7 with a lot of clouds. Let's take a look at Alberta's. Up in high level, there will be a little bit of clouds with a +6. Fort McMurray will have a light flurry and +5. Grand Prairie will have +5 and a little bit of clouds. Edmonton will have +5 and much of the same. Jasper will have a rain-snow mix with +7. Banff will also have a rain-snow mix, but with only +6. Calgary will have as well lot of rain-snow mix down in the southern part of the province with a +7. Medicine Hat will have a +9 with some light flurries. Let's take a look at our current conditions. Right now it is 0 degrees Celsius with the wind going 6 kilometers an hour southwest. Relative humidity is at 95% and sunrise was at 7:52 a.m. and sunrise will be at 7:35 p.m. Let's take a look at our weekly conditions. On Thursday, it'll be a little bit of clouds with a high of 5. Friday will be much of the same in the sky with a +11. Saturday, we'll have a little bit of clouds with a +8. Sunday, +16 with a little bit of clouds. Monday with a lot of sun and a +12. Tuesday with a +4 and quite a bit of cloud. And Wednesday with some snow with a -4. Back to you, Liz.
Thanks, Luke. In the month of February, schools all around Canada celebrate Pink Shirt Day to stand up against bullying. Avery Pelletier brings us a report on how MCHS celebrates Pink Shirt Day.
On Wednesday, February 28th, you may have noticed things around MCHS looking a little more pink than usual. Pink Shirt Day is an annual event which originates out of the small town of Berwick, Nova Scotia, where, in 2007, 2 high school students bought and distributed dozens of pink shirts to their classmates in support of a boy at their school who was bullied for wearing pink. Since then, Pink Shirt Day has grown into a nationwide movement, one that MCHS aims to embrace fully.
I think it is of utmost importance. I think it's an extremely important day to recognize. I'm glad that it's being recognized.
For Pink Shirt Day, we ended up writing a bunch of little messages on pink sticky notes and stuck them to all of the lockers.
We look at it as a way to recognize bullying that happens and to bring awareness to resources, but I also think it's a great day to show what other students can do. Maybe the students who aren't being bullied, but witness it and see it.
We can all play a part in standing up for others who are being bullied. But when it's ourselves who are the victims, it can be an incredibly isolating experience. If you're being bullied, don't suffer in silence. There are a variety of in-school supports, such as counselors, wellness coaches, and the admin team, along with online supports like Kids Help Phone and Kickstand to help you through.
Typically in bullying issues, it's really good to get an adult perspective and to connect yourself with, the teachers and the counselors and the administrators.
It's a lot harder to get past bullying by yourself. It's not impossible, but it's so much easier when you have those positive messages coming in.
Though wearing pink as a visual show of anti-bullying support can be impactful, when it comes to preventing bullying, it's our everyday actions that speak the loudest.
Teachers are often, they're educators, and it goes beyond just educating kids on math. It's also educating kids on how to be good people and how to treat others.
Include everybody we possibly can. And if we see anybody who's just not doing too well in the hallways or whatever, we'll just ask them, hey, how are you doing? Try to cheer them up a little bit.
If it's a friend of yours that you're recognizing has the negative behavior, you have so much power as their friend, as someone they trust, to call them out on it. If we continue to accept that behavior, it's never going to stop, and our friends do listen to us.
My personal opinion is that yes, it is getting better. People are more aware of it. People are more empathetic towards it, and I think it's happening because we're talking about it.
For MCTV News, this is Avery Pelletier reporting.
Here are your school announcements for Wednesday, March 13th. Badminton tryouts start this evening for grade 10 to 12 students. If you think you have what it takes to be on the team, show up after school from 3 to 4:30 p.m. See Mr. Bodner for more information. Are you interested in a health internship? If so, please see Mr. Lassard to get more information. If you have signed up for the Marmot Basin ski trip this Friday, March 15th, please attend the mandatory meeting tomorrow, Thursday, March 14th, in room 110 at the start of lunch. If you're unable to attend or have any questions, please see Mr. Coxon or Mrs. Stafford. This year's graduation is quickly approaching, and grade 12 students are required to complete a grad gown sizing form. To pick up a form, you can head to Student Services. As well, please get them into Student Services as soon as possible to ensure that you get the right size for the special day. For these and all other school information, keep connected by listening to the daily announcements, logging on to the school's website at www.mchs.gsacred.ab.ca, or by following the school on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. As well, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching MCTV Morinville.
The AP Computer Science elective is loved by students and staff alike. MCTV reporter Luke Robinson brings us a report on what the course involves and why you should register in the course for the 2024-2025 school year.
Here at MCHS, there are very few courses that offer the opportunity to get college course credits. Computer science being one of them. With their advanced principles, curriculum, and exam, students are able to get that opportunity. Although this class taught under a different teacher this time, Mr. King. But how does he feel about the students' abilities to keep the stress at a low and their coding at an all-time high?
Yeah, so teaching it for the first time, the AP component, especially for our year 2 computer science students, it seems like a daunting task for a lot of them, but I think that with time and by working at it day by day, I think the students that we have are going to do just fine with it. I think that a lot of people can kind of get in their head about those difficulties, right? There is a jump for sure.
While Mr. King is new to teaching the course, another instructor is no stranger in the computer science classroom. That instructor being Mr. Pietraszewski, with having more insight on past results of the curriculum and the struggles students have had.
I have had a couple of students struggle with AP. It's typically with their own just time management skills. So oftentimes if students like miss school or they don't come to class, they often don't make up the time outside of class. But other than that, like if they're there and they come to class, they do pretty well. Computer science is all about computational thinking, right? So there's a lot of logic and math that's involved in it. I think oftentimes people take it for granted, that there's like an iPad or an iPod that you hold in your hand and it just sort of works. There's a lot more that's going on in the background as far as coding goes, as far as like innovation goes. So as far as difficulty goes for the AP exam, people who are writing the AP exam, both CSP or CSA, can actually do it as easily as in like Scratch coding, block-based coding, or they could go and do something a little bit more advanced like Java, JavaScript, Python, Ruby, etc.
The pressure is on with the few students attempting this exam, but do they feel prepared, and what will they be doing to achieve this goal?
Well, the AP exams, I am a little bit nervous about doing those, especially the whole written part of the AP exams. Those scare me a little because I'm not really good at remembering the exact spelling of the code that I need, and yeah. Well, I'm going to make sure I always watch one of the daily videos, which is recommended from the class anyways, at least once a week, and study and practice programming more.
No matter where you look, computer science is in every industry, and with the new age of cybersecurity, as well as a time where almost every small business or large company needs a website, it is always in demand, and as such, a course like this one is a great way for the tech savvy to find an entrance into that type of job. For MCTV News, Luke Robinson reporting.
Welcome back. Here with all the recent sports updates, including the results from the first NHL playoff games, as well as the MLB and NBA briefs, is our very own sports reporter, Luke Robinson.
Thanks, Liz. The NHL was very exciting last night with the Colorado Avalanche leaving the Flames snowed in with a score of 6-2. The Columbus Blue Jacks got jacked over against the Canadiens with 3-0 game. The Senators barely looming over the Penguins with a 2-1 score. The Golden Knights pulling it back and managing to slay the Krakens with a 5-4. Game. The Minnesota Wilds outpacing the Arizona Coyotes with a 4-1 score. In the NBA, the Knicks taking a chunk out of the Suns with a 106-79 game. The Grizzlies were able to drown out the Wizards with a 109-97 game. The Pacers just outrunning the Thunder with a 121-111 game. The Boston was able to outperform Utah with a 123-107. The Timberwolves breaking the Clippers in a 118-100. Turning to the MLB, the Blue Jays pounded the Yankees 8-1. St. Louis beat Boston 8-6, and the Astros made short work of the Marlins Winnipeg 9-1. In a rare MLB tie, Arizona and San Diego drew even at 2. And the Nationals were victorious over the Mets with a score of 4-1. This past weekend, our school hosted a cheer provincials at the Morinville Leisure Center over the course of Friday to Sunday. We placed second in both game day division and the advanced all-girls division. Congratulations and well done to our school cheer team. And our very own MCTV reporter, Sophia Chvojka, was able to take a glimpse at our very own junior basketball team with MCHS. Let's take a look.
Morinville Community High School's junior varsity boys basketball team has many talented players. The team fosters a community of fun and hard work.
Coaching a team is a lot of fun. This group of guys we have this term they're full of energy. They love the game. That makes it really easy for me as a coach when they have the passion.
Honestly, it's a really great experience, playing with the guys and being able to have this opportunity is very thankful for it.
It's very fun. It's a very rewarding experience in my opinion. just seeing the development of the boys over the year from start to finish, and just how excited they get when they're playing.
Like any sports team, the JV boys work very hard to develop their skills throughout their season, and they've seen their effort come to fruition.
They've grown tremendously from where we started to now, and that's a testament to our coaching.
Yeah, I think this year I've improved the most, actually. Really enjoyed being coached by these guys.
Everybody's improved from day one to now, all in their own ways, but everyone's getting better.
Yeah, all the coaches and everything to help you with, and they give you a bunch of tips every day to work on your game and your craft.
Although the team loves to play and work together, each player and coach faces challenges which they must overcome.
Most challenging is probably the physical part of it, I'd say.
Probably losing, honestly. It's kind of rough. I mean, even if we lose, we're still together, and we just keep our head up for the next game.
Having to deal with a group of kids that don't like losing. They're young, so they don't understand that losing is part of the game.
Team morale is strong, and the players have forged many friendships that encourage team growth.
Everyone does get along. It's pretty cool because all the guys understand each other.
Team morale is great. Everybody gets along. They can joke, have fun, but when it comes game time, everyone gets serious.
The JV boys basketball team worked extremely hard this season. In their most recent tournament, they brought home the gold, winning zones and bringing a banner to support all of their progress. For MCTV News, Sophia Chvojka reporting. Welcome back. I'm very pleased to welcome a very familiar face back to the building. Mrs. Karina Cormier left MCHS back in June to become vice principal at RF Fowler in St. Albert's, only to be back now as our acting principal. Mrs. Cormier has a great amount of experience working here and will undoubtedly continue to build meaningful connections with our staff and students. So, welcome to the show, Mrs. Cormier.
Thank you. It's great to be back.
Oh, I agree. We're very excited to have you here.
Thank you.
So firstly, we were wondering, how does it feel to be back at MCHS and also to be making history as the first female principal of MCHS?
Well, it's honestly, it feels like home. So it feels like I haven't left. And you know what? It gives me an opportunity to fill in for Mr. Clayton, during this time. And I feel happy that I can help in that capacity because I do know the school so well and I've been here for so long. So it's great. And you know what? Being the first female principal, I love that title, I guess. And you know what? That's part of, I know the school, so I just have to figure out a few little pieces along the way, but I think I can do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's very good. We're very excited to have you here.
Yeah, thank you.
And we know the last few months have been quite busy, first going to St. Albert's and then abruptly coming back here. How have the last few months been for you?
Really good, actually. You know what? Sometimes change is good, and going to another school gave me an opportunity to learn some different things. Junior high. I've never worked in a junior high. I taught numeracy 7 and phys ed 9 class, which of course we have grade 9s here, but I've never taught phys ed before, so that was new. And the learning support facilitator role. So the role that Mrs. Christensen plays here for everybody, I did at Fowler along with my vice principal duties. So I learned a lot of information there, which is great. So I'm coming here with more skills for sure.
Awesome. And on that note, is there anything specifically that you did at Fowler that you would like to bring back here and do at MCHS?
Well, honestly, being able to help in the learning support facilitator role is one of the pieces that I can do more well-versedly, I guess, with Mrs. Christensen and even helping Mrs. Bulger right now while she's just taking her place for a little bit. So I'm grateful to have learned that. And honestly, some of the things that you learn from different teachers in a different school, I can bring back here too. So yeah, it's been a great journey actually.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then our final question today is, we know you're not really sure how long you're going to be here for, but is there anything that you'd like to implement while you're here, or is there anything you're most excited to see while you're here?
That's a good question. I'd love to say I'd love to implement something, but right now I think I just got to get my wheels rolling with that principalship job. So I think that's the piece that I need to do, and then honestly taking in what you guys are already doing, here.
Absolutely.
So like the sports, the fine arts, all of the whole school picture that I absolutely love about MCHS.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you coming on the show, and we can't wait to see what you do in the school.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Up next, reporter Ella Boissonneault brings us a look at MCHS's highly decorated cheer team. For many years, our cheer team has dominated at competitions and brought home many medals to show for their effort and talent. This season has been no different. The team has worked extremely hard, and the athletes and coaches are very proud of their accomplishments this year.
The cheer team at MCHS was first established in 2008. It was first put together by Vanessa Wolfram, who cheered for the Edmonton Elks.
She contacted our principal, Vic Peterson, and said that she wanted to start a cheer team and asked if that was something that was possible. And he said, yeah, but we would just need to find a teacher advisor for you. So he asked me and I agreed to do that. And then she moved away. So then I had to decide if this was something that I wanted to continue. Here we are today, 16 years later.
I joined MCHS team in grade 10, but I've been cheering since the 6th grade.
I joined the cheer team when I was in grade 10, but I've been cheering since I was in grade 7. And I joined the team because I just really like the environment and making new connections with people.
For the first 5 months of the cheer season, it is preparation for the upcoming competitions being held through February to April. Frequent practices are held to develop their routine stunts and dances, as well as perfecting how much time they take for each routine to be performed, so they aren't deducted points in competition.
So we have practices twice a week.
And then you also have commitment at home to practice your routine and stuff.
The coaches take the time to build the routines for us, and then it's up to the athletes on the team to work on the stunts and kind of build on that.
We have to make sure to incorporate, there's a cheer, there's a dance, there has to be some tumbling, some stunting. When we get into the part of the season where we have our full routine established, we have to be able to give them breaks in between running the routine. So they run the routine and then we have to give them some downtime, because then it just gets dangerous when you're throwing stunts and you haven't given them enough rest.
There are 2 different types of cheer routines, a game day routine and a stunt routine. A game day routine is used at events like a pep rally or on the sidelines of an actual game. It is used to lead the crowd to encourage engagement and cheering, while a stunt routine is used for more jumps, throws, and tumbling, which is more used in competitions.
Cheer is such a team sport, and it's definitely really fun to be on the team and having different connections with other people.
I think it brings out a lot of team spirit for the school, and it also brings people together and builds a little community.
The cheer community is a welcoming, engaging group for all people. Many athletes are from a range of different backgrounds and interest levels, regardless of who you are. So if you're interested in joining the MCHS cheer team, go for it. Involvement in our school is what we need to encourage school spirit and to cheer on our sports teams. Ella Boissonneault reporting for MCTV News.
And that's it for another episode of MCTV News. Join us for our next episode, where we will bring you stories on the Horizons Leadership Conference, our French immersion program, local restaurant Bistro de Madre Piccola, the FRHT Spartans hockey team, and the mental health survey, as well as your weekly weather update and sports recap. So, how excited are you that Skills is coming up so soon?
Oh, I'm so excited. I've been preparing. What are you competing in?
So this year, Jillian and I are going into our 4th year of video production, and I'm very excited to have done that since we started in 9th grade. What about you?
I'm doing public speaking this year, and I'm super excited because I get to go straight to provincials and skip regionals.
Oh, that is very fun. I can't wait to see how we do. I'm very excited to get started.
Yeah.
All right.
From all of us at MCTV News, I'm Elizabeth Nelson.
And I'm Sophia Chvojka. Thanks for tuning in.